Series 8 is so much better than I remember it being, and I did not give it nearly enough credit when it first came out. I love everything that Stephen Moffat does with the 12th Doctor. Sort of takes the argument of whether he should be more like the classic Doctors or more like the modern Doctors, and turns it into a very interesting character arc, exploring how much the Doctor's changed over time and what does it mean anymore. Is he the fairy tale hero or the cold logical scientist? This season shows him trying to do the latter, and we get to see the emotional weight that has on him and Clara. Speaking of which, I like how they took the otherwise unhealthy relationship they had in the previous season and call that fact out and actually explore the potential that has, showing that Clara is more than just one of the more generic companions, in fact giving her quite a few neuroses and potentially unlikable character traits like being somewhat of a pathological liar and wanting to be the Doctor herself and having to face the consequences of those actions, and just seeing the burden the Doctor has and having a greater respect for some of the more dark actions he takes. Even some of the weaker episodes like Kill the Moon and In the Forest of the Night do some great character stuff for them. And alongside them we also have Danny Pink, and do people actually hate him? Because I think he's really underrated and one of the highlights of this season. When it comes to the obligatory mystery box story arc, the Promised Land and Missy, both elements do have some interesting potential. However, I think it does sort of stumble towards the end because Moffat went a bit too dark with the implications of the cybernetic afterlife. He somewhat had to scramble to sort of tone down and retcon the ideas he introduced, but otherwise it just comes out as an incoherent mess by the end. But this time around I feel that the story arc is more of a background presence this time, so a lot more episodes can stand out in their own right. I mean, you can get some fun stuff like Time Heist and Robots of Sherwood, which I feel is elevated by the presence of the 12th Doctor. Given how caricature-y most of the rest of the characters are, having the more aggressive and irritated Doctor works much better than someone like Matt Smith's more chirpy persona. And alongside that we have some legitimately great episodes like Listen is one of my favourite all-time stories, and of course the duology from Jamie Matheson. Overall, I'm really glad that I was able to come back to this season and have a more positive outlook on it.